Hey, welcome back. This is RC Mechanic Garage, and today we're back on the Polaris Sportsman 700. Alright, so what I've done so far is, well, I decided to put new fuel lines on it and put a new fuel filter on it, and I'm just going to show you what I've done. And I got a bunch of parts that came in for it. See, I got the fuel tank out. Wasn't a big thing. It just 2 bolts right here, unplug it, remove the fuel line, and it lifts right out. I thought it was going to be more involved than that. Alright, if you remember from the last video, this wiring debacle, that's all fixed up. So nothing will arc on anything. I had to do something different with the fuel filter. This clamp is too big for this filter. So I took a piece of thick foam that I use on my RC cars to take up this, the slack. So it's nice, pretty much tight. A lot tighter than it was, that's for sure. We got the throttle body out. Alright, so the new one has no branding on it. Although I think the old one, only thing that says anything is at the very bottom right there, that black plate. It says Polaris. Take a look at that. Oh wait, there's something going on here. Kine? I don't know. And then it says Polaris on the bottom. I don't see any part numbers on it, but it is exactly the same. And it comes with a new throttle position sensor, which I was gonna go buy one of them. Remember, this one should work a lot better. So it comes with this, a new clamp. I decided that since it's here anyway, we'll go ahead and throw this throttle cable on. It'll save me the trouble of taking it off of that. So I'll just put it on that. Picked up a fuel pump for it. Basically just the guts inside. Polaris actually recommends getting the whole complete unit. I'm sure they do, because I'm sure they want a lot of money for it. But hopefully this one will work. It says it has a hassle-free warranty, so it's gotta work. And then I decided to go ahead and just get those bushings for this. See? Yeah, it needs them. As long as we got everything apart, might as well put it on, right? I've secured a bunch of wires, secured the fuel line right up in here. I got the fuel line running. This is the one that goes up to the tank, right here. So I just need to go ahead and throw this throttle body on and start putting it back together. So we got the new throttle body in. Air box is back up in here. I'm going to have a lot of work putting everything back together when I'm done, but hopefully it'll start, right? Throttle. It's doing throttle things. Alright, so I got this all secured. Did I tell you that? I'm not sure if I did. So we're coming along. Fuel pump, on the other hand, that's a different story. I'm pretty sure I made the right call by saying it's bad. Look at all that crap. Here's this green, came out of the bottom of the tank with all that cool stuff in there. Alright, it's not so cool. Even the fuel pressure regulator, there's a screen right here and it's full of crap. So I'm gonna say I made the right call by diagnosing that as. Just gonna wrap it up for today. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, here's the fuel pump. I got it all mounted up. Looks really good. Got a new fuel pressure regulator on here, and as you can see, the float's missing for the fuel gauge. So I guess we won't worry about that. We'll just have to keep an eye on the gas. Alright, so, and here's another shot of that old one. Oh my gosh, I mean, this thing been sitting in water for a while. You can tell. I mean, just look at the bottom, right? Okay. So now I just got to put the sock on it and then go ahead and put it in the tank. All right. So this part can be a little tricky because this hole just ain't very big. So we just go, I hope, something like this. You know, that's going in a lot quicker than they took it out. And we know this here is the front of the tank, so we know this has to face forward. Or as forward as it can be. Grab a couple screws and get them started. This is pretty much the hard part right here. Pretty much. Once you get one or two of these screws started, like this one did what it was supposed to, and then we'll do the opposite side. Thankfully all the holes line up, because sometimes they don't. They're off just a little bit. It's keep people from putting them in wrong, I guess. Now I got these two tight. So we can go ahead and put the rest in. Then maybe put some steering bushings in before we put the tank in, huh? That's what I'm thinking. And that there shouldn't be too hard. It's just a couple clamps, or one clamp with two bolts. So once I got all the fuel out of here, which basically was not fuel, is varnish and water, the tank on the inside actually cleaned up pretty good. Being in a plastic tank, yeah, not much really sticks to it, but if I had to, I would have went ahead and flushed it out, let it sit in the sun and dry out. Alright, so that part's done. Let's go ahead and move on to the steering bushings. Okay, so when it comes to these steering bushings, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a clamp right here, and there's a carriage bolt there and a carriage bolt on the other side. Just got to take this nut off, pull this clamp off, then go ahead and put that on, and I'll show that to you here in just a second. Okay, so here's the clamp. It basically, this goes in there, basically this goes in here like that, right? And then we tighten it up. I'll have to put it on the shaft first, and I think it would be a really good idea to put a little bit of say lithium grease on it. It looks like it has grooves in there, so a person could do that. Not necessarily a grease fitting, but you know. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and mount that up. Okay, so everything's all installed. I greased it up. It's tight. Oh man, that's going to make it so much easier to turn, especially when you're rolling. Alright, so next thing up, let's put that fuel tank in and see if it'll fire. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this fuel tank in. I left these fuel lines long intentionally, so I wouldn't come up short. Let's see how we do here. Something like that, I guess. Pull that back a little bit. Pinching the fuel line right now. Okay. Now we got rope. Okay. So now all I gotta do is bolt this down and hook up the power, hook up the fuel line, and then let's see if it'll work. All right, so now it's a moment of truth. Let's see if she'll go. Fire in the hole. I love it. We're gonna let this run for a little bit. Step by step. I want to make sure the fan comes on. Anything like that. Be sure don't walk up, you know? There we go. I was actually kind of wondering there for a while. But, okay, I bought this for a pretty good deal, I think. And since I heard it fire a little bit when I was looking at it, I knew it'd run. Just a matter of what it really needed, right? So, get the soot out of the intake. There's so much soot in that old throttle body that I don't know if it'll ever come clean, at least to the point where you can use it. The new aftermarket, no name throttle body, working fine. See? Like that. Had to adjust the throttle position sensor because idle was really high. Still seems kind of high at speed, but I don't want to go try moving it without brakes. It's the thing, you know. I have to take out my wife's Nissan or that tree over there. We'll be really quick with the kill switch, right? Oh, we're gonna let this warm up. Hopefully that works. All right. Well, it runs great, but I guess you could safely say the fan does not work up here because it's boiling over right now. I just checked the temp at the radiator. It was at 242. Don't think it's supposed to be that high. I guess we have a bit more work to do. Got to address that fan. It's got to cool, right? We got to get brakes, but it runs. And, you know, that was the big thing right there, right? So, it runs. Actually, it runs pretty good. I was going to put plugs in it and stuff, but maybe I will anyway. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of RC Mechanic Garage. It was a lot of fun. It's really hot in the sun though. But yeah, I mean, it'll fire right up. I did have a problem routing of the fuel line in front of the tank off of that fuel pump. The way I had it, it was pinching the line off, so it didn't want to start. Got that fixed, fired right up. So anyway, everybody, just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you again. And make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe. There'll be more on this thing coming up. Thank you for watching.